Hey guys, how you doing? This is jpsarrireviews coming to you once again with another live stream. And today, in this live stream, we need to talk about Neca, because Neca came and brought pretty much the house down with a lot of great stuff. Definitely, there was a lot of good things, a lot of cool things that Neca was doing. Neca is one thing about Neca nowadays is that it's such an amazing, I would say, company that it has so many fresh ideas within, for action figures. So definitely they did this this year, and of course they continue with some of those lines that they have done for a couple of years, for some of them for many years now. But they keep adding some great additions to it. So we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collection. They brought some cool stuff. We're going to look into all of that. We're going to see the pictures. And of course, we're going to go to the different pages, the websites. They add more stuff for Aliens, stuff for Predator. They got the Retro 8 cloth figures, which are very neat. They got Godzilla figures. They offer horror and sci-fi figures. They also have the Terminator figures. So definitely, this is the list, as you can see right next to it on the screen, of the stuff that we're going to cover. And we're dedicating, of course, this video just for Neca, because they definitely did a lot of stuff. And we're going to go in detail, and we're going to look at all the different websites and all the information that we were able to gather. So let's, I'm going to show you, we're going to go to, in this case, to Toyark. Again, I've been using Toyark for everything. Because I think it's the most complete, although they have so many different articles there. So, of course, you're going to have to kind of go through all of that. So I'm making it easier for you. So they showcase, I'm not going to go through the list, and you can see it. On the Terminator 2 cartoon 2-packs, they also showcase Casey Jones, who is a brand new figure. They got April O'Neil, also brand new. They got an assortment of foot soldiers. They got Bebop and Rocksteady. We already had those. They're going to reissue this in different packs. They got a Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo. They also showcase Metalhead for the first time, Leatherhead, Roadkill, Rodney, and Shredder, and also Crank. So, this is extremely cool, and a lot of the stuff, there's some variations of the stuff that they did before. So let's go into the pictures, and I really love the displays, as you can see right here. This is one that I love the display options that they have. You can purchase these sets. I think you can buy them from some different stores. You might be able to go to, I don't know, Big Bad Toy Stores have them, but I know that they have them. Many of the previous figures that they released through Target, they're completely sold out. It's hard to find them, but a lot of the stuff is going to be reissued. They're gonna have these packs and of course these dioramas and all that. So you're gonna be able to build your own diorama, which I think is extremely neat. And you can see down there in the picture, you can see the quarter scale figures are still for sale. You can find them pretty much everywhere. Pretty neat as well. But they got this assortment. They were going through the interviews. I was watching some videos. With Pixel Dan, and there were other videos. They were mentioning that they're all these food soldiers are gonna come in a special pack. You're gonna be able to buy a pack. They have done some of those food soldier packs in the past for the video game versions. So definitely they're gonna do the same thing with this. But it's pretty cool, very neat. I love it. The little details on the food soldiers. Very nice. Love everything. So they're all gonna come. They're gonna come in packs with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but also they're gonna come in a single pack if you want to have more foot soldiers, all of them together, which is extremely neat. Definitely love the detail. The figures that have been released are fantastic. At least the paint job, the quality. Definitely, this is going to be cool. There's no date for release yet on this. But they're working on it, because they were mentioning they're working on the pricing, trying to get the pricing right. But I'm guessing it's going to be around the same price as the previous ones were, around $50 perhaps per pack, if there's two. Now this right here, it's something that I really like. These are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but what they're doing now, and the difference between the previous packs that they released through Target, and these are going to be released through Target as well. The previous one were based on the cartoon. They had the cartoon version. Of course, GameStop had the movie versions. Target had this case the cartoon version. Now they're going with the design version. Now, if you're looking at me in the camera, as you can see right here, let me show you. You see I have a t-shirt of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is just pretty much the paraphernalia, or I would say paraphernalia. It's just the clothing lines, everything that has to do with the marketing plot. So this is version, as you can see, this green, no shading, no anything. This is the one they are going to use for this line. That's the reason why the green is just pretty much, there's no shading. It's very, bright colors. And a lot of people like that version more. And this is actually what's going to come through Target. Now, if you go to Target right now, let me show you on the website. They have the NECA stuff. All the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is sold out. They have the NECA stuff, but they don't have any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. All of that has been sold out. It's hard to get. It was hard to find. You had to be very... it was super popular, and they were kind of limited in many ways. So you're unable to find it. Now, you can still go to GameStop. They still have the pieces. They have the NECA. They have for the movie versions. Those are like the same price, $22.29. They're kind of rare, as you can see. Some you can pick up at the store. Some you have to order online, perhaps, or find them at the store. So they're also becoming really rare. And they still have some of the big ones, the quarter scale as well. But they are completely sold out. Let me show you something. If you go to Amazon, will be the next option. They sell them there. You can go to eBay. Like, for example, this guy right here has the whole thing, the whole set, the 4 of them, selling for $399.95. They were $50 when they came out each pack. So technically $50 is $200. He's doubling, the price. And this is just an example here. And he has a 4 pack. So it's kind of sad when you can get to see people buying how many you bought and you're reselling like this. But it is what it is. And of course, they have all the NECA, and you can see this one is $107. So they pretty much, they try to ask you for a lot. This one is $71. Some people are still selling them, but they were only $50 when they came out through Target, as you can see. So yeah, you can still find them. Here's the pack that I was mentioning for the video game. They got the Shredder with the other soldiers. That's $80, which is not bad price, I would say. So as you can see there, here's another pack. This is for, I think, the video game. This is $256 when it was just $50 when it came out. But it was, pretty much a special deal at the con. But definitely, as you can see, these are pricey, and they're really gathering. And the price is going up. So if you have to get them, you have to get them right away. This is coming next year, according to this. They're going to have the series, of course, with April O'Neil. And I think that's pretty cool. I love the detail. I think I like her face. It looks very cartoony. Probably this is just a prototype, but still looks very cartoony. I think they did a pretty decent job. It looks really good. I like the foot soldiers with the little police hats. That's pretty cool. Has the camera. So it has a lot of small little details, as you can see. Love that. Now, this is the one a lot of people are happy with. It's Casey Jones. It really looked good. I like Casey Jones. I'm glad that they are making a Casey Jones. Definitely, that's something that other companies probably did in the past, but they was never as good. In other lines, and in this case, NECA is just doing it right. They're going with every character. They're adding a lot of stuff. They had a special, I think, quarter scale figure for the con. It was like based on the movie with Splinter and the foot soldiers. That sold out pretty quick. Definitely, there were a lot of people at the booth. A lot of people really wanted to really see this, but love this. The pizza, Michelangelo right there. You can see the head of Rocksteady right there on the floor on the ground. Pretty cool. There's a lot of detail. Love this one. Also really hard to find. Right nowadays, you have to go to the secondary market because they don't have them at Target. They don't have them, anywhere else. I don't think. Does that come out? Yeah, they came out with the packages, yes. The 2 packages. Man, I'll tell you one thing. I used to go to Target looking for those. For some reason, I was never able to find them. I was always busy, and when I went there was nothing there, which was always disappointing, and then I forgot about it. You can see Roadkill. What is that? Robbie, I don't forget. The thing that came, this is the one, it wasn't the video games mostly. These were super annoying, super annoying. They come in with that. They're saying that they're going to have like a little packs with them with a bunch of them. They don't know yet, but there's something that they showcased for the first time at the con. He looks great. Rocksteady looks really, really neat. The color, everything is good. They did a fantastic job with that one. Now, this is something new, this new diorama. The Technodrome, the inside of the Technodrome, very good. They got Leatherhead. He looks great. Slash looks great too. They said that they're going to have two different versions. One is like more the video game style, and then the comic, not the comic, the cartoon style. And, of course, Metalhead, that's something that they reveal here at San Diego Comic-Con. You see Krang, and you see, of course, Shredder. Love all the detail here. You can see the little turtle there right there, the little pizza. There's a lot of detail. I like these little dioramas. Very neat. As you can see, they're large in comparison. But definitely, if you're looking for like a diorama display, these are very, very neat. This one was lacking some articulation, but it's because it's just a prototype. But definitely, knowing the track record of Neca, I'm sure that they're going to have it soon. As you can see, love the detail. I think this was to me the highlight of the entire action figures from NECA. First and foremost, I think this was the highlight for me. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool reveals for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're very popular right now. Different angles, as you can see, different pictures. Love the face slash right there. It looks very neat. Really neat paint jobs. Look at this. Love the extra guns. They're supposed to come out next year. Also, I think they're gonna be Target exclusives. Really looking forward to that. So we went back to it. Really need all of this, and here they have some stuff. Most of the stuff that we have already seen. Stuff that the quarter scale you can get in a lot of places for over $100. But definitely some of the best action figures in a quarter scale you can find. So definitely this is pretty neat. Now let's move on from this. It's very exciting stuff. Let me show you the next thing. I'm going to go to Aliens and Predators because definitely this is something that they were showcasing there as well that was extremely neat. I really like what they were showcasing. They got on the Aliens, they got the Kenner homage. So they are actually playing homage to the original Kenner figures from Alien. Very cool. They have some quarter scale figures. They got the Resurrection assortment, the Ultimate Duck Alien, the Creature Pack for Alien 3, and assortment of previously released figures. They are repackaging some of the stuff. They also have Predator, Alpha Predator. That's the big quarter scale. They got the Kenner homage also. They also an assortment of previously released figures. So we're gonna go through the pictures. Very neat stuff. As you can see, this is the Alpha Predator quarter scale. This is to be disclosed. So you're looking around same price, $100. Let me see. Target has some of them. Let me do NECA Predator. I don't know if they have some of them. I think I've seen a few. Oh, those are the little ones. So there's nothing there for that. They have the 7-inch. Let me see GameStop. They also have the 7-inch, which is like around $30. NECA Predator. They got also the little one, 7-inch, which the prices vary depending on. I love this one, the Naked Alien vs Predator Arcade 2-pack, $41. That's not a bad price. Love this one. Dutch and Lynn. The stuff that was showcased last year. It's already for sale. A lot of stuff that really sells very, very good. Let me check Big Bad Toy Store. Because I know they might have some. They might. I'm not so sure. They do. The Alien, the $40, $109. So yeah, it's around that price. As you can see, they also have the. You can see the Turtles in Time Wave, one set of 4. You can pre-order that. This is coming $89.99, so that's not a bad price actually. And all the stuff that Neca showcased, they already have it on pre-order as well. So yeah, that's an option. The original Street Scene dioramas in stock, you can order through them. It's $109 for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and of course they got a bunch of stuff there. So I'm looking at the price. It's going to be around over $100, $100 somewhere around there. So let me move this stuff around. Going back to this, so we don't lose track of any of it. You can see, I love the detail. Definitely is so well detailed. Love the paint job on this piece. It is a special 100th edition figure. So they have done a lot of figures. Now they got the aliens, Rhino Alien. This is the Kenner homage. This is a pretty much homage to the original Aliens figures by Kenner. I love the color on that one. They did a pretty good job on it. Love the Predator on the back. There's another close-up. Look at the detail. I love it because it reminds me a lot of how the detail. Neca, it's always been up there in quality, but it reminds me a lot nowadays to what McFarlane toys used to be on all the small little detail. I think they have become pretty much the McFarlane. Although I like McFarlane, don't get me wrong, and we're going to review McFarlane in another live stream. Definitely, I feel that Neca just pretty much taking the first spot. And everybody loves their stuff. Look at that detail, the paint job. This is just a prototype, but it looks so neat. The colors look so great. Definitely, it's a nice figure. The quarter scale figures are the best in the market, in my opinion. Larger than a Hot Toys, but still looking really neat. Look at that. So there's another picture of that one. Now they got the Ultimate Laser Shot Predator. Love the color scheme on this one, purple and the gold. It looks like a Thanos, a Predator Thanos. Not bad at all. This is coming out in September, so I'm guessing it's going to be around $30. Now they have the Alien. This is the original Alien figure. Love this one, probably around $30 as well. You're gonna find it at Target. That's in the 4th anniversary Ultimate Big Chap. That's coming on the fall. That's the quarter scale. Look for all that. Definitely Predator action figure collectors. They're very happy with this stuff. Love this figure. Love the detail. The likeness is there. Very neat job. They did a fantastic job on that one. Love the detail. The paint job is clean. It's really well done. The anniversary Parker holiday. It's coming in the holidays. It's going to come around Christmas. The anniversary quarter scale Big Chap. That's coming in the fall. Quarter scale piece around $100. You can get to Big Bad Toy Store right there. $119. $20. $120 plus shipping. Not bad at all. They also have some other stuff they have showcased before. They're going to repack as well. Some stuff that is going to be reissue. You got the different alien stuff. Here on the bottom, there's some more repackaging of a lot of stuff they have done in the past, but they still gonna be selling. So keep an eye. If you go to Target, keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on your GameStop. Keep an eye on even Amazon. But definitely, there's a lot of stuff that they reissuing. And I know that, of course, when we get to see Toys R Us back, which is supposed to be back later this year, some of more boutique style stores, they're gonna have a lot of Neca stuff there as well. So this is the Alien Resurrection stuff. Some stuff we have seen before is repackaged. They're repackaging a lot of stuff. You can find them. They're pretty affordable. A lot of stuff that the homage to Kenner, the Kenner figures. I like this one. Another homage to the Kenner figure, Berserker Predator. I always say that word wrong. Ultimate Doug Alien for Alien 3. So this is it. With the Predator and Alien stuff, they really showcase really, really cool stuff. And I'm sure that a lot of people are extremely satisfied with what they showcase. Now let's move on from this one. Let's go to the next thing that caught my eye in this in this booth, in this lineup. They got the retro 8-inch clothed figures, which is extremely interesting. and I'll show you. These are figures. They're clothed kind of like the Mezco stuff. They're the same size. They got the SOD Sergeant D right there. You can see in the picture. They got Bob Ross, the Goonies. They got that. They showcase this for the first time, if I'm not mistaken. Megadeth and Karate Kid assortment. So let me show you the pictures. There are not that many pictures, but they're very clear, as you can see. They had all kind of stuff. They had done this with, technically this is small figures, 8-inch figures. They are fully clothed, which are very neat. Like tiny little, I don't know, hot toys with a more affordable price. And the same thing what Mezco does. But they got this one. You see Bob Ross right there. The Goonies right there. And the back you can see Karate Kid, which are very neat. All the Karate Kid and Megadeth. And on the bottom you can see the, what is that? National Lampoon. They got Ace Ventura and Coraline. So they got some stuff. They this stuff that they showcased before in previous cons and also a toy fair. But they got this. This is the new release, the new thing that they were showcasing. It's coming out in December. Very neat. If you go to, I don't know if they have it for sale. All right, there. It's Stormtrooper of Death, Sergeant D Action. It's from pre-order. It's $32.99 at Big Bad Toy Store. So it's gonna be around that price. Now Bob Ross, I love this one. I love the last year. I don't know if this one comes with that, but they have the little thing with his painting, the little thing where he's painting all, the little canvas. I like that. I love it. It's very, very neat. They got also the Golden Girls and stuff like that last year. Now the Goonies, this 2-pack looks pretty neat. Love this one. Definitely, that's a lot. That's fun. And you can see in the background, you can see the Karate Kid figures, the 2-pack right there. Super fun. They're not that big, but definitely they're great for little displays. Very neat display. So definitely there's something that really caught my eye. Now let's move on to the next thing, and I want to move to Godzilla. What in my, they had a lot of Godzilla stuff. If you're into the Godzilla things, action figures, definitely this is one that definitely the prices are decent. More, in my opinion, they're more decent than some of the Japanese or Asian companies that they really charge a lot for some of those figures. Of course, it's more popular. The character is a lot more popular in Asia, so definitely it sells. But they have this, and a lot of the stuff they have done before. This is not, I would say, new, but they're repackaging some of this stuff. But definitely love the box art. It's very, like have the poster or the posters of the movies, which is good. Definitely good. Love this poster right here. The art box is just amazing. I think this needs to be displayed with the box art. If you have a display, it needs to be displayed with it because they're neat. They're super neat. I wouldn't say that I would collect it, but if I have that choice, if I collect those, I definitely would showcase it with the box in the background, just to kind of give some contrast. That makes it look very, very neat. So they have different variations of the monsters, of course, of the Godzilla throughout the years, the different interpretations and the different versions and variations, which is very neat. Mothra versus Godzilla 1964. So these are based on the movie. So each one is based on each movie, which is very cool. Here at the bottom, they have the ones from the most recent movie, which I already reviewed on my channel. And I really like this film. It was a pretty good film. And they have a few of those. As you can see, they're not that big. They're kind of small. So definitely they're not space huggers, which is good. Superpower Godzilla right there. And they have, of course, figures for, this is something that we're showcasing. It's a prototype for Hellraiser, Pinhead. They have these figures. And they did have, as usual, they always have a horror and sci-fi display. They have a lot of stuff, and we're going to see that in just a moment. A lot of little detail there. I'm not crazy about the horror stuff. It's never been my thing. But I know there's a big fan base out there, and they love those figures. So now let's move on then to that section. Let me go to the horror and sci-fi. That will be the last section that we're going to explore. A lot of stuff. It was showcased there. They got the quarter scale. They got the It figure, Pennywise. They got the Michael Myers from Halloween. They also have the Ultimate 7 scale figures, which is the normal figures they produce. Halloween to Michael Myers. They got Pinhead. They got Sam from Trick or Treat. They had Crooked Man for Conjuring Universe. Annabelle. They got the Gremlings, which they're super fun. They got the Shape of Water figures. They got the Toonie Terrors, which is a new version of, and we're gonna look at that in just a moment, which are like tiny little cartoony style horror things. It's interesting. And they have also the Retro 8 that we already saw, the scale cloth figures, but they also have the versions for horror. So we're gonna look at that in just a moment. And they have Terminator Dark Fate figures, the upcoming film. And some Godzilla films we already saw, and the mothballs. We're gonna look at all of that, and of course they got the Bride of Chucky, life-size Chucky, and the big dolls. Those are very scary. So now let's go into the figures they have here. Pennywise. This is a quarter scale, so you're looking at 100 and some dollars. Pennywise has been so popular through this convention. They had statues, they have Buzz, they have Mini Buzz, vinyl figures, mini mates, you name it. It's all over the place. People cosplaying the character, so it's just super popular. And of course, Neca had to produce a very, very neat action figure. Now, if you want this 1/6 scale figures, I would say the ones that really surprised me was Quantum Mechanics, and also I think Quantum Mechanics at Hot Toys also had a version of it. Quantum Mechanics, and who else? I think the other one, if I'm not mistaken, was Blissway, but I might be wrong. I might just I don't remember so well, but there were a lot of different variations of the figures. Now, if you want one that is not fully clothed, because sometimes having the clothes can damage and stuff, you want something that is fully sculpted, then go for Neca. And this is a quarter scale, and really, really neat. Definitely, everything is done well. So quarter scale Pennywise is coming out in August. Let me see if we can see somewhere there. And Big Bad Toy Store. I don't know if it's coming out there. Maybe it's because it's Pennywise. Right there. Well, this is the This is the small one. They have it in stock. It's $26. I don't see the big one. Oh, right there. No, this is by Mezco. And we're gonna talk about Mezco soon. Just stay tuned for that. Tonight we're gonna cover Mezco and some other companies. This is right there. The pre-order for the Neca, $120. So is the average price what Neca offers for those quarter scale figures. But here you have the horror stuff. This is the clothed line. Right there to Hellraiser. It's going to be clothed as well. You got Michael Myers. You can see Trick or Treat. And those ugly dolls right there. I tell you one thing, when this came out back in the 90s, what's the 90s or the 80s? I don't remember. When it came out, they were scary. I can tell you one thing, they didn't like Chucky at all. Call me a wuss, but because I get scared really quickly on those kind of things. It's not like I get scared. It's just those movies are so, in my opinion, sometimes are really stupid. So stupid to watch that kind of stuff. It's just funny for some people. Love it. I just watch it, get bored very quickly. I found it really stupid and incoherent. But people love this kind of stuff, and I have to respect that. Now you can see Michael Myers, really nice, little interchangeable head. There's another one right here. Cool with all the details. The pumpkin. Really neat figure. Halloween 2. You can see this scary right there. But I love all the extra little heads and stuff. All the extra hands. All the extra details. Very detailed for a figure like this. It's coming out in the fall. Look really neat. And I know a lot of people are big fans of this. They're going to be all over it. Which I don't blame them. We already saw this one. There's more pictures of the same piece. Pinhead. It's coming out on the fall. Now we're going back to these figures. These are quarter scale figures. So these are larger too. You got Michael Myers. You got Friday the 13th. Right there to the doll. Chucky right there. A lot of people love these figures. That's coming out. It doesn't say September. Well, it's coming out this year. Love the boots. Actually, you can see the detail in the boots. Really well done. This scary right there. Even the hands. A lot of detail. Look at this one. Pretty cool. A lot of people love this stuff. Chucky and his bride. She looks ugly. They both menacing, and imagine this. You have this, put it on your display at night, and you go at night, or somebody comes for the first time to your house in the middle of the dark, and the first thing you see when you go into a dark room with a little bit of lighting, you see these faces. That would be scary. That's another way you can prank people as well. But that's just my opinion. That's pretty cool. And I want to say thank you for those that are watching, those that are spending time with me. I really appreciate your time. And here you can see some Chucky figures on the bottom with a lot of the interchangeable heads. So definitely this is a whole set. Pretty cool. Really like that. Those are, this is pretty much real scale dolls. So you can see Tiffany and Chucky, not final, work in progress. So they still work in progress, but they're definitely, a lot of people are very happy with this. You can see the figures in the background. Those are regular figures. Also, you can find those at the stores around $30 average, 20 to 30. So they got the different Halloween pieces, Pennywise, Chucky. Pretty nice set. How much is that set? Let me look it up. Let me see on Big Bad Toy Store. Chucky. I don't know if they have them, but let's see. Well, they got the dolls. Trick or Treat Studios, $4.99. And I can tell you the NECA looks better. $4.69. That's the one in pre-order. What? That's pricey. But I'm sure some people will pay that type of money. Rear, you got the Tiffany 2-pack. $49.99. Very nice for those little figures. That's the one we were looking at. It comes with so many extras. That's pretty neat. $50 I think is more affordable. That's my price range right there. And they got the Conjuring Universe, the Ultimate Crooked Man. This is coming in the fall, so they got more figures. Not bad at all. Little details. Annabelle. I think my daughter went to watch it and she kind of liked it, I think. She like my daughter. This is the thing. The funny thing is that I don't like horror movies, but my daughter does. She loves them. And she's always been kind of like, she gravitates around some of those things, some of those movies. And she loves to, she doesn't like to watch, I would say, superhero movies, but she loves to watch horror movies. She's weird, but she's my daughter. And perhaps that's the reason why she's weird. The Gremlins. Here are these little figures. There's the 2-packs that come in the fall. You remember last year. And also they had it on, I would say, New York Comic Con and then Toy Fair early this year. They have this whole display with a bunch of them, like in the movie theater. That was pretty neat. They didn't have that, but they have all this stuff also for Christmas. Really love one of my favorite films. Growing up, it was the Gremlins. I love the Gremlins. And the figures look very, very neat with the caroling and all that kind of stuff. The Christmas lights. That's definitely very, very neat. Well, he's eating a gingerbread man. The Winter Gremlin 2-pack B fall. So this is another pack. And these are the mothballs, something that they sell. Not crazy about them. The Toonie Terrors, which is something the new thing. It's kind of like they kind of like figures, but they're more like statues, but they're like little vinyl. This is the series 1. This is the new thing. A lot of horror stuff are more like like little cartoons. As you can see, the original Pennywise, the new Pennywise, Borges, Myers. Look at this. They look kind of neat. Cartoony, but neat. All the horror. Even Chucky with his bride. 2-pack coming out in November. Very neat. They also they have another display with all the clothed ones that they have produced. So you also have Pennywise, original Pennywise. You have all these little things. All this characters. So pretty cool. A lot of that stuff is coming out. The Fossum stuff already came out. Very, very neat. Love the little detail. I think they're very good. They're as good as Mezco. I think Mezco and Neca, they're really neck to neck. They're really right tight on this type of figures. Although, of course, you have to remember the Neca, they're 112. These are 1/8. So there's a little smaller, but the quality. So it depends a lot on what kind of display you want and what you're trying to achieve with your collection and your display. I like the colors. I like the extra detail, the extra parts. It's pretty neat. And this is something that I really like is for Terminator Dark Fate. I like the likeness in these figures. They always have Terminator figures. This is what they showcase. This is from the upcoming movie. Really look, Arnold looks good. The extra guns. Love the detail. You can see right here, the close-up and the clothing, all that. The paint job is pretty clean. It's pretty well done. Even the boots are nice, as you can see. I don't know, something that I see this green thing. I don't know if it's just because they glue it to the so it doesn't fall off. Yeah, that's what they do. They glue them. That's what you see there on the pictures. She looks great. Love the detail. Love the colors. Of course, these are prototypes, but for the most part, NECA doesn't miss a mark when it comes about the final product. Love the guns, the shotgun, all of that. The grenade launcher and all. You can see right there. And this is Pan's Labyrinth. This is something that, this is the shape of water. This is the figure they have on display. It looks okay if you look into that. I love the statues. Yesterday I was talking about the statues. I was talking about the stuff that by ECC. Amazing stuff that they did for the shape of water. But if you're looking for something tiny and small, if you're not really into, you don't kind of afford those big expensive statues or busts, then this is it. Little figure, nothing bad. The paint job, it's okay on the face. I think it needs some work, some little work to make it shine better. But it's not a bad rendition at all. Even the sculpt is good, the base is good, so definitely they did a good job on that. And then of course you're going back to the same Godzilla figure. These are just the boxes. We already saw that. These are the reissues, and these are the mothballs for those that like that kind of stuff. And I think that's it. There's nothing else to we went back to the beginning. Definitely there was a lot of cool stuff from in this case from NECA. I could tell you one thing. I definitely like what they're really showcasing and what they showcase this year. It's always amazing, every time NECA comes or to any of the conventions, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a statue collector first and foremost. I love statues. I love expensive figures, I would say. I have expensive taste. But when it comes about the more affordable things, or when it comes about figures, tiny little figures, the first one that I'm going to look for, the first one that I always pay attention is NECA. And then I pay attention to, everybody else, Mezco, McFarlane Toys, and then of course you go down the line. And also Diamond Select, they do have great stuff. But NECA, it's a very complete line. They have so many good stuff, and they keep adding, and they keep supporting this collection. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collection has been for a while. Now, the Aliens, they've been doing it for years, and Predator as well, and Terminator stuff, and of course the horror line. So they have so much stuff, and they always have some really cool reveals. So this year was no exception, and definitely a lot of people, not only that, the whole display they have statues and all kind of stuff. They had a really neat display. People were excited, and definitely it's something that we're looking forward to. They have a lot of specials, a lot of different toys just for the con, and all of that stuff is going to end up, of course, on eBay for double the price. It is what it is. But definitely I'm very excited. I want to say thank you to those that spend time watching this, the whole video. You can still gonna watch. I'm gonna say thank you to those that are gonna watch later on. Thank you for taking time. I really appreciate that you really took the time to really watch the video. Now, I'll come back tonight. I'll come back at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a much better time. Yesterday I did it at 8. I was trying to test the water. But I'm coming back at 6 tonight, and we're going to continue on. We're going to talk about Mezco. I want to cover Mezco because they also had some cool stuff. But also I'm going to talk about other companies around Mezco too. And tomorrow we'll have more Probably tomorrow will be a lot busier. Probably tomorrow, I'm thinking I'm going to have to do 3 live streams so I can cover all the companies, because there's a lot of companies. We need to talk about Hasbro. They have such a huge display. They have a lot of stuff for Marvel, a lot of stuff for Star Wars, stuff for Overwatch, for Transformers. But you also have, Toynami. You have Tamashii Nations. You have all the Dragon Ball figures. You have, you name it. There's so many companies that they brought so much stuff. Mattel, even though Mattel didn't have much stuff, and I think some of the stuff they have for in this case for the Disney, Disney stuff, the DC stuff, but also for what is Masters of the Universe, some stuff we want to point out, and we'll look into all of that tomorrow. But definitely, I'll see you at 6, and thanks for watching. God bless, my friends, and I'll talk to you again. Bye bye.